All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Fantasy Football Profit podcast. I'm Craig, joined by Jeff, and we just got done doing our live draft with the subscribers. We live streamed it on YouTube, so we thought we'd talk about a little bit about how the draft went. It was only a 10-team league, but this was the first one we've actually done, first like real draft we've done non-keeper this year. So it was a little interesting to see how this played out. Like, I kind of went into this with the mindset of it's only 10 teams. The bench is kind of short. Let me just get great starters or really good starters, and then I'll figure it out from there. And I think I did that. My plan was top running back, top receiver, and I got CMC and I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I did exactly what I wanted there. Filled it in with Kamara, who really wasn't on my radar, but I didn't mind the price at 20 or 21. DJ Moore for 18. I think I got Ayuk at a decent price, 21. And then I got my Chase Brown and Jaylen Warren, who I really liked. So I felt good about it. I kind of went with that plan and stuck to it, and I think it worked. Fantasy Pros ranks me as the fourth best team in the draft. Hey, I'm cool with that. How'd you feel about how it went?
I thought it was really fun. For this one, I just went with a bunch of guys I wanted to try out, like a more of a fun roster. Bijan went for a price where I couldn't pass up, but originally I was going to probably try to go a little more wide receiver heavy. But he was there, so I took him. I started off with getting Garrett Wilson. I probably paid price a little over for him. I think he's going to be really good. I ended up overpaying for a bunch of guys, but I don't mind that. Like Cooper Kupp and Anthony Richardson, I got both of them. They were both of our league winners. So yep. I went for a huge upside there. Njoku, I think, was a deal for what the other tight ends went. I think he's just a solid pick. Amari Cooper, I ended up late in the draft overpaying a lot for him, just because he was kind of the last one there, and I wanted to make sure I got a flex position. So overall, and David Montgomery I'm using as my number 2 running back at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't mind that. I probably like that more than other people will, but that is where you want to make sure that I have Tony Pollard and Javonte Williams on my bench to give them a go, and it is a short bench. So I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity off waivers, but overall, I got a lot of guys I like, and I got to try I think I have a team that can be really competitive, and I have some home run hitters. If Anthony Richardson turns out to be anything, I'll be really good. If not, Aaron Rodgers steps in, no big deal. But yeah, I think it's a really fun team. I'm kind of looking forward to see how it goes.
I think the main takeaways again are pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention during drafts, because this one's a little different. We were kind of trying to live stream and draft at the same time. It was a little tougher, but this happened in our league. We talked about a couple weeks ago, an episode where we talked about, actually probably just came out. Lamar Jackson went for $2 in that league because people saw the bid. Somebody bid $2. They weren't paying attention. You go back to looking at your stuff, what you're going to do next. And it happened even to a bigger scale in this one. Devontae Adams went for $2. And it's just because I guess we were talking. I think some people were listening to us. You're looking at your next guys. Devontae Adams isn't right at this point in his career. I don't think people are just like in love with him and don't know the situation. And he went for $2. So just pay attention. And then Jeff drafted 2 kickers.
Yeah.
So pay attention where you're at. He didn't mean to. He just did because he thought, like, wait, I don't have a kicker. I got to get a kicker.
I was trying to get a defense. And I just wasn't paying attention. But it's a great example.
Same thing, though. And this is, again, where we try to talk about things to do. And it's easier to talk about what to avoid or what to do than talk about players. Because at the end, I had a situation where I had a $2 max bid, right? And I still had a few bench spots. And there's a couple guys I wanted. There's one guy I really wanted. I wanted J.K. Dobbins. And I should have put him out there. If I'm going to nominate him, I should just nominate him for the $2. Why am I nominating for 1 when I want him? I should have just nominated him for 2. I should have just done it, right? Mm-hmm. That's the max I can do. Let me just take the shot. Let me go for him. Or wait till somebody else does it, and then you get him too, right? I didn't do it. I put him out for 1. I got bid. I got overbid. And that was my screw up. I shouldn't have done that. I did use the $2 bid up on to get Eckler, which I was happy with for a bench spot. But just pay attention. Know where you're at. Know where your budget's at. I was watching those budgets. If you watch the live, you can probably see I'm watching budgets on other people. I'm trying to know where they're at when I got the high bid. And that's when I realized toward the end, when I wanted Chase Brown, and I got to the point where I'm now the max bid. Now I'm nominating him. I should have done it a little earlier because the problem is, but why I should have nominated him earlier is I missed out on some other guys maybe I could have got for deals because I didn't want to lose that max bid. And it's just all about paying attention, making sure you're getting your guys. But I probably should have nominated Chase Brown a little earlier, but I wanted to be safe that no one could outbid me because I wanted him on my team that badly. So I'm very happy I got him. And hey, Fantasy Pros doesn't mind my team. Real quick, I'm going to look at like who they said was the best team and see how it played out. Giovanni, he had the best team. Fantasy Pros seems to think he's by far the best. He ended up with, let me look at his, I'll look at his draft recap because that's a better way to look at it and see. So Giovanni comes out with the best team. He went wide receiver heavy. He got CeeDee Lamb for 59, Jamar Chase for 60, Josh Allen for 21, and Derrick Henry for 34. So he went big on those spots. Then he got a $5 Ramondre Stevenson, a $5 McLaurin, $2 Pitts, $3 Spears, $2 Xavier Worthy, $3 Jonathan Brooks, a $2 Jalen Wright, a $1 DeAndre Hopkins, Rico Dotto. Not bad. He went heavy early, those receivers.
Hard not to like that team.
Yep. Solid team. The next best team they say is Kittle and Pitts, who gets the $2 Devontae Adams. It's hard not to be, right?
Yep.
$53 Taylor, $43 ETN. So he went big running backs. Then he gets the $2 Devontae Adams, gets Devontae Smith for 20, Patrick Mahomes for 13, Kyler to back him up, Jalen Waddle 25, not bad. Trey McBride for 6. Some other guys. Brian Robinson for 3 is actually pretty good too. Yeah. So some of those turned out good. And yeah, man, those guys who actually did the top 2 though, one went big at receiver, one went big at running back. Maybe, but these are just ranks. What do they mean? We'll see how that actually plays out during the year. But it was good. I think everyone that was in that draft did pretty well, and it was competitive too. I would say there weren't a lot of deals other than Adams. Early there wasn't deals. There was good prices. There was deals later because people spent money, but it was fun. It was a good draft. It was good to get that out there and get the nerves out before our big one in a couple weeks.
Our big one, yeah. And I will say the other one is, besides for paying attention, knowing your league as well, because I think the other thing that I found really interesting about this is having, defense kicker is one thing, but no one got crazy with that. But having a shorter bench was actually very interesting because at one point, why I was kind of like, oh, it's fine if I overpay for like Amari Cooper because there wasn't a lot of bench spots to really spend a lot of money, and there was going to be a lot of talent left over. So I wasn't as worried about it. And if I had a larger bench like we do in some of our leagues, I'd hold back a little more money so you can get a guy like, whoever it is that you're looking to get, whether it be a Chase Brown like Craig always goes for, or, an Eckler or something like that. So I thought that was interesting as well, because there was a ton of people going at the end where I'm like, these are really quality players, or could be. But, and they were going for very little. So I think top end guys are going to be at a premium. Yeah. And that'll be the thing that we'll really look at as the, season progresses.
Yep. No, so it was fun. That was a good draft. Should be a fun year. If you guys were part of the live stream or the draft, let us know what you thought. If you want us to do it again, we still have a little bit left before the season. Maybe we'll throw out another one out there. It was good fun though. And love auction drafts. It's so much better. And the more you do, the more you'll see stuff again that you did that maybe you shouldn't have done. But overall, I don't have a lot of regrets in that one. That very little at the end. Letting Devontae Adams go for 2 is obviously big, but that's all of us. So other than that, I don't feel bad about what I did. I went in there, kind of executed the plan, and feel pretty good about it. So I'm good. So good times. But all right,
fun.
All right, that'll do it for that one. Talk to you guys next time.